Hi, we're Ellie and David. Join us as we overland the Americas in Yak, our Land Rover Defender.
Yak's already taken us across Europe and Central Asia, but this expedition will be our biggest challenge yet.
We're overlanding from the southern tip of Argentina all the way to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. Follow along as we experience all the extremes and beauty of a simple life on the road in our Pan-American adventure.
We've come to a national park, Alto, Shoko, I think. We're just going to go for a little walk, hopefully see some monkeys, maybe some tree frogs and snakes as well. Been given our sticks for the walk. It's obviously very warm and very sticky, but adding in the most unbelievable amount of mosquitoes we've ever come across. It has been worth the mosquitoes because we have just seen a jaguar. Being careful, very careful not to move and scare it away.
David has been absolutely munched. Oh dear.
Our face is on fire!
We hit the road and took our final drive through Peru, climbing the stunning Eastern Cordillera Mountains towards the Ecuadorian border.
We spent the last 3 days from the cacao farm to here just sort of transiting. It's been incredibly muggy and very hot. We've not slept super well just because the heat and the closeness of the air has been so stifling. But the landscape we've been in has just been stunning. We're crossing into Ecuador this evening, leaving Peru, and we've been here for a very long time, but really excited for a new country.
Good morning from Ecuador. The border went really smoothly last night, pretty straightforward until the last office where we had to sort our temporary import permit, and it just wasn't coming through for some reason. And we waited in their office for about 2 hours, and then a guy arrived in a taxi and hand-delivered it. So not sure what was going on there, but it was quite funny. We drove the pretty gnarly track out of the border last night. It was quite steep and pretty rough. Got to this little town. We were looking for somewhere with cover, ideally, to camp, and then spotted this basketball court. So we thought we might as well check with someone. So we went and asked a lady at a house over there and said, is it okay to camp underneath? And she said, sí, es normal. So yeah, they must get other people doing it. And the rain did come down really heavily last night. So glad we were able to sleep under here. It was the perfect spot.
We have a sort of vague plan for Ecuador. It might need to change as we travel on because they're having the elections at the moment. I don't think it's unstable, but I think we just need to be careful about where we go and kind of what we do. We know that we need to avoid the coast because the government websites say it's not safe at all, and everyone on our Overlander is kind of reporting armed robberies and stuff. So we'll just stay in the mountains, I think.
Yeah, also a guy came and spoke to us this morning. We chatted for a bit and he warned us about the coast, and he said the mountains and even Quito are completely safe, but he said avoid the coast.
So we're just going to sort of head up the mountains. It's not a particularly big country, but we want to try and see as much as we can. I think maybe it will be a bit cooler over the next couple of days because we're climbing a little bit, so I can finally change out of this.
I actually slept last night.
I think we might go to a brewery today. People have said there's quite good beer there, so that'd be quite nice. Just at our first military checkpoint in Ecuador, told us to turn the engine off, and the second I got out of the car he told me to turn around and spread my legs and put my hands on the car. He just started frisking me. I was like, oh, okay.
We've arrived in Vilcabamba. The drive today was incredible. We've loved Ecuador so far. Yeah, the landscape changed quite a bit. Just amazing tropical plants. We drove through the cloud forest, bananas and wild cacao everywhere. It was just amazing. We've come to Sol de Venado for barbecue and beer. They have a brewery here, make their own beer. It's pretty good. I don't know much about beer, but I think it's good. Oh, it looks so good. I got pork ribs, and you got the barbecue beef. Is it good?
This might ruffle some feathers, but that's the best meat I've had in South America.
Oh, it's a bold statement.
Over the next 3 days, there's a festival going on in the southern part of Ecuador. There seem to be festivals just going on all the time in South America. But part of the festivities today and over the next couple of days are massive water fights. And we'd just gone for a little drive through the mountains, and we're coming back through this small village, and the front windows were both open, and this dad and son were both on either side, and just absolutely soaked me in the inside of the Land Rover. We were giving a lift.
The hair.
Yes, we were giving a lift to some guy who needed a lift to the hospital, and he got absolutely drenched as well. Both just laughing about it, but it just got everywhere. And then about 20 metres later, another young lad with a water balloon straight in my face. Fantastic aim. Yeah, just absolutely drenched. More festivities for the carnival. Absolutely massive water slide going down the whole street. Bit wet there. They came out of nowhere.
So glad I just showered.
Just turned around on the road because we saw a restaurant we're going to go to for lunch, and the steering felt really heavy and weird, and the front right tyre is completely flat. It didn't happen, it didn't burst, so I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm just going to get out and check.
No, más alto. Más alto? Sí.
This is the son of the guy who's helping us out. He just came over from their house over the road with some fruit from their garden. So sweet.
It's all done now. A guy across the road spotted us and just came and helped out, so it helped me get the wheel off whilst I was jacking it up and chocking and stuff, so really nice to have his help. Got it done a bit quicker, and we'll try and find a replacement in Quanka, I think.
We've been stuck in pretty heavy traffic for a while now, and we asked someone what was going on, and apparently there's a pretty major landslide up ahead.
Making progress bit by bit. The police came past and said it's going to take 2 hours to clear the road, and we've had a big digger come past and a big sort of dump truck for, I'm guessing, all of the rubble. Been here for 2 hours now. It's getting a little bit chaotic. Everyone's just everywhere. Some people are reversing, some people are going forward. It's like 5 lanes in a space for like 2.
We're actually moving 3 hours later.
We have arrived in Quanka. It's the first first major city you get to coming up through Ecuador. It's at 2,500 meters, so at altitude, but it's not really noticeable. It's supposed to be a really, really nice historic center, so we're going to go and have a little look around now. We've paid $4.50 in total for us to get up to the roof of the cathedral. It's supposed to be a pretty good view of the city, or the plaza at least from here.
There are these crazy big moths everywhere. They're a little bit scary.
mora, tomate de árbol, naranjilla, tengo frutilla, guanábana, guayaba y piña con limón.
Gracias.
Muy rico los dos.
Naranja?
Naranja.
Or is piña y limón?
Oh, look at that.
We've come to a mechanic in the outskirts of Cuenca. We're hopefully going to get a solar panel fitted today and plumbed into our leisure battery, because it's been struggling quite a bit when we're stationary for a while in one spot and we're running the fridge, the laptop and the Starlink. It really does struggle. So hopefully this will help. Sadly though, they didn't have the right kit in stock at the time and we couldn't sort it here in the end. So the solar saga continues. We'll get there one day. They were still lovely enough to let us stay for the night though in the garage, and the next day we headed into town to see if we could patch up the flat tyre.
I have identified the issue with the tyre. We've got a little tear in the sidewall just here. Enough obviously for it to be able to go flat with all the weight of the Land Rover on it. Come to a tyre repair place, hopefully they'll be able to patch it up. We might need to get a new one, but it will be. I think it would be silly to not at least have some form of spare. He said he's going to be able to patch it. I have noticed a few cracks on the other side as well in the sidewall, but that might just be from when it went flat. Hopefully it'll be alright, but if not, we might have to buy a new one in Quito or somewhere in Colombia. Those are the two issues there. He's saying it should be fine once we've patched it up. Over the last 5 months, we've had a lot of people kind of coming up to us asking where the Land Rover's from, where we're from, and how long we've been travelling for. Now, I'm no linguist. I'm attempting to get better with my Spanish. And we just had two security guards come up and ask the same questions, and Ellie overheard me answering and has just informed me that when I've been saying that we've been travelling for 5 meses, I've been telling people we've been travelling for 5 tables instead of meses, which is 5 months. So that's good.
Registered ourselves at the entrance to the national park, and we're making our way up the track to the first refugio. The view is incredible here, but it's still pretty clouded over on the volcano, so we're thinking about maybe camping here tonight in the hopes that it might be a little bit clearer in the morning.
The volcano is just there behind the clouds. It's quite frustrating really, because the view we had yesterday from the city where we camped last night was about an hour away. It was really, really impressive, really beautiful. Hoping that does clear up tomorrow morning.
To the snowline.
There's loads of steam coming up off the road. I'm guessing it's all the heat coming up from underneath the volcano. That's just crazy. Snow's coming down pretty heavily now. We're gonna hike just up to basically 5,000 meters because we've not reached that altitude yet, and then probably come back down. We might camp down at the entrance and try and come back up tomorrow if the clouds have gone, if the view's a bit clearer. But we've got lunch of empanadas and some dry bread, and we'll be good to go. Lunch almost done. Garmin ready. Let's do this.
It's only about 1 kilometre up to the next refuge hut, but the gradient is pretty steep and the altitude is making it pretty tough. It's almost a complete whiteout up ahead here.
What's crazy is that we are over halfway up Everest, which is really cool, but then also crazy to think that people do pretty much twice what we're doing.
This is really tough. My head's spinning, I think, from the altitude. So just take a little break. The refuge huts. We've just spotted David making a snowball. I'm watching you. The refuge huts somewhere over there. Can't see it yet, but I think we're close.
We have officially reached 5,000 meters.
Woo!
Highest we've been now. Yak's not with us, unfortunately, but it's good to get to that milestone. Whoa! And the hut is just up there. You can't see it, obviously, because of the snow. So we've got, oh flipping heck, we've got maybe 2-3 more minutes of trudging left. That was going to be a direct shot, that. One thing we didn't really think about was quite how bright it's going to be up here. I'm just squinting so much, didn't bring our glasses. It's just a blanket of white.
Final push. I can do it.
Tough work. So glad we did it. Feel like we've not done a lot of walking the last couple of weeks. We've just been seeing things from Yak. That was a challenge and
Yeah.
a lot of whimpering. Made it to 5,000 meters. New record for us. Not with Yak, but glad we've made that milestone. Well done. Woo! The highest altitude lodging in Ecuador. 5,100 meters. Heading back down now. I'm going to desperately try and not trip over.
Did you just go as well? It's starting to clear up a little bit now. The sun's definitely trying to poke through. It's going to be pretty tough going on the way down because we've got a lot of fresh powder now. I've already gone over on my ankle once. Ah, the sun!
That is so cool. Let's really try and reckon 2 more minutes and we'll have a full view.
At first glance, Chimborazo might seem pretty similar to other Andean mountains in the area, but this extinct stratovolcano has a surprising claim to fame. Its summit is the furthest point from the centre of the Earth. Due to the Earth's equatorial bulge, Chimborazo actually stands higher than Everest when measured from the core. Towering at 6,263 metres above sea level, this Ecuadorian giant is a bucket list climb and an icon of the country's stunning natural landscape. We weren't equipped to hike all the way to the summit, but it was cool to be able to drive Yak up the rugged tractor base camp and trek the next snow-blanketed section to the second refuge hut.
About to give the diesel heater a go. Not sponsored, but we've had nothing but good experiences so far. We are very, very high, so I've not got high hopes, but we'll see. We've not used it for a very long time because it's not been cold enough. We've got flashing lights coming up here, which we've never had before, so I'm not entirely sure what that means. I've got the user manual on my phone, so I'll have a little look. But if not, we might just have to wrap up more.
We're sheltering inside this evening, trying to keep as much of the heat in as we can. Ooh. Ooh. How much hot sauce did you put in?
Not much.
Join us next time as we take Yak for some overdue TLC in Quito and test the limits of some beautiful 50-year-old landies while off-roading with a bunch of local enthusiasts.